Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to my Hallo grammar course, English grammar with RahatAli's. So this is the fourth lesson today. Today is Sunday, as our local time is 1:10 a.m. So as you know, it is a time-controlled lesson. If any of my subscriber is not present, and I have to still conduct the lessons. Okay guys, so it's already 58 minutes 19 seconds is counting down because it is an hour lesson. Dear viewers, welcome everyone once again to my grammar course. I will wait a couple of minutes more to see if any of my subscribers here or not. Then I have to just go on with the soliloquy dialogue description. Hey Sanku, good morning and happy to join. So how are you doing today, Sanku? So I believe that I've got your homework, Sanka, by the way, from yesterday and last week, and I'm going to hopefully send it as soon as possible. So welcome. I will go briefly and quickly to our lesson. Let's wait one more minute. Okay, so let's move on. Hop on section Anna and Monica. Okay, I don't know if they can join me because they have not joined yet. Okay, let's move quickly. So today's lesson contains parts of speech part 1. So what do you understand by parts of speech, Sanka? So anything that we say, that is our speech. Anything that we write, that can be also said the part of our speech, because whatever we have thought, we have just written. Okay? So each sentence, each statement or speech has many words. In another word, many parts, which we call parts of speech. Remember, the sound OF is ob and OFF is off. Always remember that this sound is ob and this is off. So parts of speech. So let's move on. Part, the pronunciation. Remember, whatever the pronunciations are given is for your practice. It can be used, look, as a noun, verb, adjective, adverb. That is really amazing. This word part has 4 uses: noun, verb, adjective, adverb. So there are 8 kinds of parts of speech that they are as follows: noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. So this lesson will cover today the first 4 parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb, and adjective. So another pronunciation is speech therapist, for example. So what is noun basically? Sanko, if you know the answer. Hello, Anna. Nice to see you too. How are you doing today? I'm always fantastic. Thanks for joining. Parts of speech, but we are going to describe only 4 because in an hour it is not enough to describe all of them together. So it is noun, pronoun, verb, adjectives. So Anna, as you know, noun is basically is a name for anything. Can you give us an example? Mm-hmm. Okay. So your name Anna, is it noun? Yes. Yeah. So noun refers to a thing, a person, an animal, a place, a quality, an idea, an action, a lot of things. There are thousands of things that we can call noun. Almost everything or anything that has got name, we can call it noun. Okay, so it is usually a single word when it's in case of names like cake, shoes, but sometimes it can take double word like school bus, school bus. Then spring roll, we call that a compound word. When it has got two nouns together, we call them compound word or compound noun. All right, Anna. By the way, have you had the chance to read this curriculum, uh, what which has sent to you? Okay. No, no worries. I'm not talking about the homework. To have a little bit reading about the curriculum. Homework is afterward. Okay. So, have you heard this verb called yodel? Okay, Sanko or anyone, do you know what does yodel mean? Okay, yodel means kind of singing. Yes, when you change the tone or voice. Yes, Sanka has written practice a form of singing or calling marked by rapid alteration between the normal voice. Like, say, for example, if you're singing like this, such a feeling coming to the mind, yay! Now suddenly, see, my tone has gone up. So yodel is kind of singing where you can feel suddenly maybe the high tone or maybe lower tone. We call it yodel simply. Yes. Another reason for all this pronunciation, I'll suggest you make words when you have time at home. And I have shown one thing earlier. Look, this word part, because we are describing parts of speech, it can be used as a noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. So you can make sentences with different forms of these parts of speech. Okay, so noun classification. These are mostly and widely accepted classification. There may be other classifications, but we're going to only describe which used most often in our reading or writing or speaking. Singular noun, which has got only one, as you know, like I, okay, eat, she, all the names like Anna, Senko, uh, President Donald Trump, ex-president, I should say, Prime Minister Boris Johnson of the UK. Where are you from, Anna, again? Bulgaria. Who is the Prime Minister or the President of your country? All right. So his name is also singular noun. Yeah. If you remember, we have also learned earlier singular plural, the numbers, and plural is obviously which is more than one, like books, puppies, teachers. And also the next classification is countable and uncountable. Sometimes they call it non-countable in some places. Countables are those nouns, you see, from the above examples, singular and plural, both can be countable, like book, singular, puppies, countable, teachers, countable. And uncountable nouns are those nouns which we can't count. Especially we call that those are mostly untouchable, like quality. Water is touchable, though. Money is touchable. Literally, which we can't count, like wisdom, knowledge. Okay. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Though we can count by weight, like sugar, half kilo, 200 grams, but it is literally counting like 1, 2, 3. Do you say, can you give me 5 sugar? No, we can't say that. So, so what happens? There is an amazing matter of uncountable noun. When you like to use in a measuring, we have to use some other words like a spoonful of sugar. Okay, you can say, give me some money, or I don't have a lot of money. I don't have single money. Look, that means you're penniless. Okay, so these are some of the examples. Then common noun. Common noun is which are common for everything, like city, like what is the capital city of Bulgaria? Like Sofia is a city, London is a city, Paris is a city, New York is a city. So these are all common name for all cities. Yeah. Then similarly, car, there are many kinds of car like Mercedes, okay, a Ferrari. Then man, each man has a different name. Child, each child has a different name. All right, and next one is proper noun, which is simply a noun when you can know by the name. Like Anna is a proper noun. Jen is a proper noun. Rahat is a proper noun. Sanko is a proper noun. Tokyo is a proper noun of the city of Japan. The Belfast, another city from, I think, Ireland. Okay, and collective noun is when it's like a group of people, collection all together, like army, police, family. Like in our family, there are many members. We call them family. Okay, then abstract noun is love, fear, which we can't touch. If you remember, as I said, abstract noun is kind of uncountable nouns, but it's mostly like mostly like our states, human states, like love, fear, emotions, fever, etc. Then it's concrete noun. So concrete noun we say in noun that we can touch, which is like solid form, like skin, human skin. Shoe is a solid form. Orange, a little bit solid form. So I have given 2 to 3 examples for each of them. There are thousands of examples, by the way. So another pronunciation, concrete. Yes. So in these are the most examples. You have to remember, if a noun is singular, after that we have to use a singular verb. For example, um, Anna is a Anna is an intelligent girl, because Anna is a singular proper noun. After that, in present tense, we have used is. Anna is an intelligent girl, for example. Sanko is a studious student. Okay, these are some examples only. So pronoun. Uh, let's go. Pronoun. Do you know what does pronoun mean, Anna? Okay. No worries. We are here to learn and develop apps. Remember the name pronouns, pro and noun together. Look, if you divide it, pro, noun. Have you ever seen when you go for shopping, you find some probiotic cream, probiotic yogurt? Yeah, so that means pro means it is in place of those things. Pro means in place. Okay, pronoun means in place of noun. The word that we which the word that we use on everyday basis, we call them pronoun. Okay, so this is one of the easiest ways to remember pronoun. Probiotic yogurt, probiotic cream, probiotic vitamins, and probiotic medications. That means in place of those original medication, you can use this one. So pronoun means they basically in place of noun, the words we use on daily basis, we call them pronoun. Yes. Okay. Sanko says a word. Okay. That can function as a noun phrase used as itself, and that refers either to the participants or its discourse, like "are you." Yes, that's cool example. Yeah, I think Sanko is studying well. That's great. Thank you very much. Always please do share whatever you know. So pronoun can be, classified into different ways. Sometimes we call it personal or subject pronouns. We call like I, we. I is replaced in case of my name, like Rahat. I can say I am, or Anna, you are. You is another personal or subject pronoun. Then possessive, when it means that this thing is under mine, under you, or under anyone. Like it is my book. That means the book is under my possession. It is your book. It is Anna's book. When it comes to proper noun, we use apostrophe comma with s to determine that it is under your possession. So can you give us one example, Anna, to on possessive noun? Like if you want to say this is, say if you got a mobile phone, for example, mobile phone. If you are the owner, how you can say that in possessive form? If you have you got a mobile phone, I'm sure you have got a mobile phone. Okay, like this. If you want to say this mobile phone is under your possession, possession means you are the owner. Okay, then sometimes we use the possessive form. You can say this is my mobile phone, or this is Anna's mobile phone. Don't touch it. Eh? For example. Yeah. Okay, or you can say no, this is Sanko's book, don't start touch it. Yeah, so when is the name somebody else's name, we use apostrophe comma. That is what I'm trying to say. When you use my, you don't need apostrophe comma. This is my mobile, that's fine. But if you want to say this is Anna's phone, so after Anna we use apostrophe. I'm writing it. Yeah, in case of name, Anna's phone, for example, Anna's phone, or Sanko's book. In case of proper noun only. Okay, Anna? And other cases like my, our, his, hers, yours, we don't need to use any possessive in apostrophe comma. Clear? Okay, now object means, see, this is a bit sometimes confusing. I is the subject, my is possessive form, object is me. So I, my, me. Similarly, he, her, her is object, his is the possessive form. Okay, so you have to remember in 3 ways so that you can remember I, my, me, he, his, him. So demonstrative pronouns, when it shows clearly, like who is the owner, like this is your book, that is my pen, those are your beautiful flowers. Clear? I'm going quickly because timing is a factor, an hour is not enough. There's I made chart so that you can understand, obviously. And reciprocal, the word reciprocal means when we do something between ourselves, between each other. So there is the way you can remember, like each other, one another. So each other and one another has a slightly different meaning. So if there are 2 people, then we use each other. Like I can say, like say Anna and Sanko are talking to each other. And when there are more than two people, in that case, we use one another. Like the family members are talking to one another. That means we have got more than 2-3 members. Be between two persons, or exactly right. Yeah, this is the way you can remember one another and each other. Okay. Remember, Anna, mistakes are our learning tools, our motivation and strengths, as long as we can learn from it. I make mistakes, everyone makes mistakes, but the matter is that if you know the correct form afterward, and if we can learn from it, that is the amazing part for our learning, you know. So don't worry about making mistakes. Hi, Bouquet. Bouquet is my subscriber? I, I don't know. I think it is only subscriber only. Anyway, if she has joined, I don't know if she has joined recently or not. Anyway, welcome. So next one is interrogative, you know. Interrogative means questions, the words through which you can understand it's a question. Like how, which, what, one important matter, and everyone. If you find a word that starts with W, most of the case the H after WH, H is silent, okay? Most of the cases, except who, whom, whose. So it's when you pronounce, so it should be which, not which. It should be what, not what, okay? It should be when, not when. So I have covered this in tips in all of my pronunciation lessons. So it's how, which, what. Okay. So you can make sentences like, hey, how are you? Common sense. Which is your book? What do you want? Or what's your name? So these are some of the pronouns that we use. We call them interrogative pronouns. And relative pronouns are those which always relates with one noun to a pronoun, or a noun to noun, or pronoun to pronoun. That's why we call them relative pronouns. Okay. Who, always remember that directly refers to the main subject, and whom is always refers to the secondary subject, like who are you. Here the best way to identify when we get the main subject, you is the main subject, yeah, main person. So you're asking the person, who are you? Okay, now look at the sentence pattern. Whom do you want? Now you are the main person, but you're asking someone else, second person. Did you get the point, Anna? So when we refer to the main person is there, now we are referring to another person. That time we use whom. But however, we're going to take another lesson in the future, because sometimes it is a bit confusing, who and whom. Okay, so next one is indefinite pronouns. Like, I've got few things. You know the meaning of indefinite when you don't know exactly what have you got. You can say, I'm going to buy some things from the some few things from the shop or from the supermarket. We don't know what are the things. That is indefinite. It is not clear. It is not defined. All right. So a few, some, all. These are the examples. Uh, yes, few books. Some money. All books. Right. Great. Next one is reflexive. Like any word that has got self. How you know it is a reflexive pronoun? If you find the word self at the end. This is the quickest way to remember. Self, like myself, himself, herself, yourself, themselves, etc. That is called reflexive pronoun. On important matter, I must explain. Sometimes when I ask people to introduce yourselves, sometimes some Asian student they said, "Oh, myself, Rahat Ali." Remember, this is a wrong expression. Do not use reflexive pronoun to introduce yourself. Simply use the direct or personal pronoun, like I am Rahat Ali or this is Rahat Ali. You can say if you want to use it. Do not use. I've seen in many Indian movies as well. They use myself this, myself that. No, this is not correct. Okay, the last pronoun is distributive pronoun. When we, the distribution means division. You are giving something to different people. So, like either or either, both are correct. Each. Okay. Similarly, neither, either, neither, each. These are distributive. Yes, that's right. So, what happens if you understand either or either? Both are correct. Okay, both pronunciations is correct. In Britain we use both, like either John or Julie has done the job. Okay, either Anna or Sanko has finished the lesson, for example. It is positive meaning. Either we always use between two people, and neither between two people, but in negative meaning. Like if I want to give another example, like neither Sanko or nor Anna has completed the homework, for example. That none of you, two people. Either is always remember two people. If it is more than two people, what are you going to use, Anna? Yes. Mm-hmm. um each. So actually if you it is a negative, then it is better to use none of them have done the job. None. Yes, none. When you are going to make a positive sentence, possibly you can use each, like each of them has done, or all the people. You can use all as well. all of have all of them have done it. Okay, or all people, or all students, all teachers, etc. Okay, so our next parts of speech is amazing. Verb. What do you understand by verb? Hi Yuhana, welcome. Action. Okay, action is a part of a verb, honestly. So I just found out this verb came from Latin word verbum. In Latin word, verbum means many things. If you remember the history of English language, it came from German language. Actually, two tribes, Anglo and Saxon, that came from German to the England, to the UK, more specifically, I should say, not to the England, to England or to the UK in 4th century. And before that, the people of the UK didn't know English language. They used to speak in different language. We call them some Gaelic language, So that is not kind of English, but very primitive types of English, not the modern English. And the word English even came from the tribe Anglo, that later became English. So what happened? So when English was developing in 700 years, it took 700 years to develop the English language, 4th century to 11th century. They took words from Latin, Italy, France, and most of the words from German, obviously. So Latin word was verbum, that it became verb. And verbum means it is a word that can be used to describe an action. Not only action, it's a state, human state. What are the human states, Anna? Like feel, think, touch, look, yeah, love, care. These are the human state. Or occurrence, when something happens. What kind of something happens every day or every year? Or modality, do you know the modality meaning? Modality is also human state. It's related to human states. Modality, human modals we call sometimes. And condition, like, oh, he's not well. Okay, it's a condition. He's feeling sick. Or experience, or forming the main part of the predicate of sentence, such as here, become, happen. So this all together we call them verb. It's not action verb only. So there are action verbs and there are non-action verbs. So for examples, I've given some examples. We like to develop our English grammar to the next level. It is never too late to have confidence about your strength. Look, there are many verbs. How many verbs can you see in the first sentence, Anna? Like, develop, yes. Bravo, that's cool. So depending on the functions, verbs are classified into few groups. So classify, you see, classify. Yeah. Can you see there is a diphthong? In pronunciation, we call diphthong when two vowels are connected together and makes a bit longer sound. We call them diphthong. Like classify, you can see after KL, A and E together, classify, we're stressing on S. So let's go quickly to the verb classification. You know most of them, by the way, just we are just revising. Like auxiliary. Auxiliary means helping verb. Okay, and also be verb. Which are be verbs? Like am, is, are, was, was. Yeah, they are also called auxiliary verb. Helping verb. Like I will go home. I am good. Anna is fantastic. For example, Sanko is amazing. Johanna is cool. Look, these are auxiliary verb or be verb. A helping verb, the verb that helps to make main sentence. Okay. If you have any question, Anna, please do ask me. Uh, which one? Oh, shall, you mean? That's right. Yeah. Modern English concept, we don't use shall anymore. But if you ever read the British literature, American literature, obviously you'll find those. Yeah. So that's why we need to just bring some of the examples. We use most of the cases will. We don't use shall anymore. All right. So next classification is regular verb. Why we call them regular verb? Do you know? Does anyone know any reason behind it? Shall we dance? Yavana, yes. I don't use shall mostly. Would you dance? Yes. Sanka, this is offer. Shall we dance? It's offer too. Okay. Can you please tell me why we call some verbs are regular verbs and some verbs are irregular verbs? Yes, Johanna says it doesn't change when we put uh, actually not ing, it's past tense and past participle form. So regular verbs are those verbs generally doesn't change. Maybe it will be adding ed or id, past and past participle, which is why we call them regular verbs. Okay, and irregular verbs always changes. So the regular verb help, like helped, ask, asked, dream, dreamed, and irregular verbs go, went, gone, do, did, done. What is the past tense of begin, Anna? Began, began, G1, same as gone, began. Yeah, to remember, begin, began, began. Okay, Sanko says, I think a regular verb is any verb whose conjugation follows the typical pattern or one of the typical patterns. Yes, generally the pattern is they take ed most of the cases. And irregular verb, that always changes. Well done, Sanko. And Johanna says it doesn't change. Thank you very much. Really, that's cool. Okay, then if you remember stative verb again, human states, think, feel, love, and action verbs. You are giving examples. Can you please give an example of action verb, Anna? Dream is an action verb, we think. What is an action verb? When any action or any work happens, you have to remember that. Let's action it, yeah? Cook, yes. Yes. Make, yes. Jump, that's right. When most of swim, what happens? Action verbs, most of the cases, you have to remember, it's like a physical activity, most of the cases. Yeah, when your body moves, when you're taking any actions like jump, your body's move, making your something, like you're making, are you making a cup of tea for me? No, I'm not, for example, yeah? Do you like to run? Yeah, don't run on the hot sun, for example. Fight, take, cut. Okay, so next type of verb is finite verb and non-finite verb. We have to discuss both together. Finite verb is when it has got some objective. We use finite verb. But in many situations, one verb can be used in both finite and non-finite, depending on the sentence pattern. That's why I say it very often, English language is a crazy language. Sometimes it doesn't follow the rules. So get, live, wait. And non-finite generally like when it doesn't have any objective. If I give you an example, it will be clear. For finite verb, like I live in a small town. So you can see, if you ask where do you live, small town. So it has got an object. So this is finite verb. Live is a finite verb. Now I am sailing. It doesn't mean where I'm sailing. So it is a non-finite verb. Like I can say, oh, I'm sleeping sometimes when I'm tired. Or only you can say I'm sleeping. There's another non-finite verb. Cry, yes, Sanko, cry is non-finite verb. Like the baby cries. Sometimes we cry when we lose our, someone else. Did you get the point, Anna? When a verb has an object, you can understand why the verb is taking place. We call them object. That time we call it finite verb. And when it doesn't have any object, but still it is a meaningful sentence, that verb we call non-finite verb. And then it's modal verb, if you remember. Should, could, can, will, would. We call them modal verbs. And linking verbs, like I shall be a good student in the future if I study well. Would you like to become an artist in the future? Okay, that links. Linking means a verb that links from your first part to second part of the sentence. You will notice one thing, Anna and everyone, when we're describing verb, a verb can be classified into some of the sections depending on the verb that we choose. Okay, so next and last one is transitive and intransitive. We've got 20 minutes more. That's fine. So what is a transitive verb? Anna, any idea? Transitive verb? Are you there, Anna? Oh, I think your connection is making a bit problematic. I can't hear you clearly. Anna, are you still there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I couldn't hear you for a short time. Okay, transitive verb. So, do you know which verbs we call transitive verbs?
Nothing.
Similarly, if a verb has an object or predicate, we call them transitive verb. Transitive, okay?
Transitive.
And intransitive is when it doesn't have any object, but still the sentence is complete. So a transitive verb is a verb that accepts one or more objects. The contrast with intransitive verb, which do not have objects. So transitivity is traditionally thought of global property of a clause, by which activity it's transferred from an agent to a patient. Oh, that's cool. Sanko is really starting well. That's cool. Thank you very much. Yes. So, so if I say, Anna, I read, will it be a complete sentence?
Maybe you should say I read a book.
That's great. Yeah. So now you can see, what am I reading? A book. S- Yeah. So similarly, I write, or you write, for example, you write. What do
I
you
write a letter.
you write a letter? Very good. You write a letter. So it has got an object. So that is transitive verb. Now, cry. Sanko has given an example, non-finity earlier. Not yet. Okay. Cry, laugh. Like we laugh. We laughed a lot. It doesn't have any objective. There is nothing mentioned. Why did we laugh? We laughed a lot after listening to the joke. Now, this, you know, intransitive has become transitive now because there is an object. Why did we laugh? Because we have heard a joke from someone else.
Also, it's the same like with finite and non-finite, where
Kind of, yeah.
where it's not object, right?
That's right. It's kind of, yeah, similarity.
In this way, I think I can remember what you said.
Very good.
Where the object is transitive and where no object is intransitive.
Very good. Exactly. And also it is called finite, non-finite. So that's why I say sometimes English grammar and English language is a crazy language. Okay, so that is all about verb. And next one is adjective. So what are the criteria of an adjective? Can you please explain, Anna or Sanko or Ifona?
Adjective describe the noun
Mm-hmm. Go on. You're doing great. Noun.
and also pronoun.
Okay, yes, that's cool. Nouns and pronouns, yeah. Anything else?
For verbs,
Uh, it is not directly related to verbs, so mostly nouns and pronouns, you're right. And also it modifies. It describes about nouns and pronouns or modify. You know the meaning of modify?
yeah, modify like change.
Okay, modify is like a change. Oh, I forgot to write etc. here. I have to amend it. Okay, and also adjective modify like describe, quality, quantity, etc. Can you read out this sentence?
The quick brown fox. How is pronounced in verb?
Hastily.
Hastily jumped over a lazy dog.
Okay, this sentence has a unique description as well. I'm going to share with you guys. Okay, Johanna says how something looks, tastes, smell. If a word can function attributively as an epithet or a sentence, it is an adjective. It's an adjective. It can qualify noun sentence. Okay, related to our five senses as well. Yes, very good, Johanna and Sanko. Okay, this sentence, the quick brown fox hastily jumped over the lazy dog. So there is a question: how many adjectives are there in the above sentence? The sentence has a unique, information. The information is that this is the sentence which has got all the letters of English alphabet A to Z. You see, you can find A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. We call Z in British English. Americans say call it Z. Okay. So, is there any adjective in this sentence, Anna?
Yeah, quick, hastily, and lazy.
Okay, hastily is not an adjective. You're correct. Lazy is an adjective. Quick is an adjective. Which one is verb here?
Some
Very good. Action verb. Johanna, hastily is not an adjective. I think hastily is an adverb. Yeah. Remember that there is a greatest way to identify which one is adjective and which one is adverb. If you find a word has ly at the end, it is an adverb. Okay. Yeah. Though many words do not have ly, but they're adverbs. Like fast, one of them. Well, it can be both adjective and adverb. So quick and lazy. Well done. Suffix ly. Yes, Johanna. Great. Well done. Okay. Another greatest rule of adjective is that um, before adjective there should be always a, you know, always a verb generally, or a modifier. If you remember, modifier or article like a and the. In this case, can you see the quick, you can find the article these here. And brown fox, brown is adjective.
brown. Yeah.
Brown can be adjective here as well.
Brown could be adjective. Yeah.
Yes, brown can be noun and adjective both. And fox is obviously a noun. It's a name. Yeah, clear. Okay, this sound interesting. Remember, not interesting, though it is spelled like, but it is interesting.
Interesting.
Very good, interesting. Okay, as I was saying, the greatest rule about identifying an adjective is before adjective there should be another verb or an article or another modifier. This is the way you can always remember which one is adjective in a sentence. And there are different kinds of adjectives, like proper adjectives. Say it's like same as proper noun, like British, American, Thai, Bulgarian, Canadian, Russian, Chinese, Indonesian, Malaysian, Peruvian, Indian, Bangladeshi, Pakistan. You see, European. These are we call proper adjectives. Qualitative. Sometimes qualitative adjectives can be also described as descriptive adjectives. Some grammarians say it is descriptive. There may be more than this, by the way. We have just chosen the important adjectives that we use on daily basis. Yes, there is a order of adjectives. That is the amazing part. Okay, tricky to remember. That's why I've given you this OSA comp. We are coming there in a moment, Johanna. Okay, next one is qualitative or descriptive. As I say, it's like wise, hot, big. If you can give me another example, Anna, qualitative adjectives. It's like a quality of a human. We lost her. So quantitative is like a number, much, enough, half, and numeral is similarly ordinal number, first, second, three, two. These are, and demonstrating again these, that, those. Distributive, each, none, all. Oh, I lost Anna. Possibly she might have some issues. So if you are still here, Anna, you can join. We have got 11 minutes more. So so interrogative like which, what, whose. Possessive, it's, mine, his, her. uh, Orders of adjectives. So this is the tricky part. Osakam, luxurious, yes, luxurious is an adjective. So osakam stands for opinion or size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose. Welcome back, Anna.
Sorry, teacher. I missed it.
No, it's still you have got 10 minutes more. Actually, 9 minutes, few seconds. It's going down. So remember, there is an order of adjectives. That means when there are more than one adjective, we have to follow this rule. Try to remember OSACOMP, acronym OSACOMP, and it stands for opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose. So there is an example like Joanne's two pink sweaters are over there. We lost you again. Then what is origin? So adjectives are an important part of English grammar and we must record them precisely. The important way to identify adjectives is that they must be followed by a verb. In another word, before any adjective, there must be a verb or an article or a modifier. Okay, so look at this example. After working the whole day, I have become tired. I've highlighted with red color. Like become is a verb. So tired, after that, the tired, it is adjective, obviously. Okay, can you give me any other example? Ihana, Sanko, or Anna, if you're still there? Then Joan is happy to see Jackson. You see, you seem angry at me. Look, is a verb and happy. After that, Joan is happy to see Jackson. So happy is an adjective. The luxurious red antique Italian car. Very good, Johanna. Does it follow the Osakam rule? So luxurious is your opinion, and red is the color. Antique is the origin, and the material is Italian. So the luxurious red Italian car. Can you change Italian to some other place, Johanna? Material, like origin. Yes, that's correct. The luxurious red Italian car. That is 100% correct. Well done, Johanna. After doing homework, I feel tired. Yes, so tired is an adjective. Very good. So remember, there are some other examples like you seem angry at me. Look, seem is a verb. Okay, seem is a stative verb, and angry is an adjective in this case. Can you give us more examples, guys? Okay, generally, if a word has the following endings, we can call them adjectives. Look, full, like careful, respectful, less, careless, speechless. Okay, ed like polluted, corrupted, ish like bookish, peckish, abl capable, probable, some like bothersome, irksome, like ous. My mom seems, it should be seems, Sanko, because mom is a third person singular number, so it should be my mom. I'm amending you, yeah. Seems. Yeah, my mom seems happy when I graduated. Yes. But there is one thing, Sanko. You have used past tense, so it should be seemed in that case. Remember, when we describe any action from the past, all of the verb must be past tense, except it is an universal truth. Okay, so these are the some ways you can always remember and recognize that these are adjectives like full, as I said, and then able, capable, probable, some like bothersome, irksome. Now, correct. Well done, Sanko. Then OUs like dangerous, fictitious, magnanimous. Then AL like original, logical, physical. Okay. And then IC like manic, panic. Can you say, oh, in panic mood? He's in panic mood. So here, panic is an adjective. Like IV, creative, inventive. Can you give us any other example, guys, from this display? But there are thousands of adjectives which are exceptions, like bad, ill, sick, quick, mortal, afraid. That means sometimes it doesn't follow these rules. But I want if you can give us some examples with this word that has got suffix ending, suffix at the end. like full, beautiful, dutiful. The river is highly polluted. Yes, very good example, Ihona. I'm sorry, I think I lost Anna. River is highly polluted. Any other example with ISH like? That is a common example, you know? Like foolish, for example. Any other example with AVLE? Stylish, very good. He's stylish, like Ihana is a stylish girl, for example. Sanka is a stylish boy. I'm not stylish like you guys, for example. AVLE, any other examples with AVLE? By the way, please feel free to complete the homeworks and you can send me my email. That will be easier for me. I have received some of your homeworks. I'm going to check and send it to you ASAP. So we have got only 2 minutes more. So we're at the last end. I believe that, yeah, that's the last page. Yeah. End of lesson 4. See you in lesson 5 next week. But let us practice some of the words, adjectives. Yes, Talish, British, yes, youngish. Sank, I'm not sure if there is any word called youngish. No, Sanko, there is no such a word, youngish. Youngster is there. Young is itself is adjective, okay? So youth is the noun, or young can be also used as noun. Do you know youthful? Youthful. Yes, Sanko, very good. Selfish, very good. Yeah, Johanna, youthful. Uh, any other adjective having IC at the end or IVE? We have got 50 seconds, guys, so it's counting down. So I believe that we have learned something. Remember that whatever you have learned, practice it, write sentences. If you need any other help, even including your writing, you can always contact me through the email. If you send through the hello message, it will be difficult for me to read and recheck. Okay, I always suggest if you can please email me because you know my email address, so that I can check and give you feedback and I'll show you the corrected forms. Okay, I believe that it is really you have enjoyed it. Fountain of youth promises youthful. Wow, that's cool, Johanna. Good example. Stoic. Very good example, Johanna. Thank you, teacher Norris. Yeah, don't worry. People are not always regular. Thank you very much. It's going to finish in 2 seconds. I'll see you next lesson.